Hello YouTube, Freddie Cardona here. Welcome back to another special edition of Driving in the News. Today we're looking back on August 29th, 2023. Let's get into it.
Value applies to NFL Sunday Ticket season 23-24 only. Additional terms and embargoes apply to NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube. No refunds.
What are you waiting for? 1010 Wins is now on 92.3 FM in crystal clear audio.
All news, all the time. This is 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Good morning, 69 degrees. It is 7:20 on this Tuesday, August 29th. I'm Susan Richard, and here's what's happening. A water main break in Times Square, messing up the commute big time this morning. Both Karen Stewart and Glenn Schuck on the way. New info about what happened on the campus of Edward Waters University before a gunman shot and killed 3 people at a Dollar General store in Jacksonville, Florida. Might want to think twice before you honk that horn. The city is testing new noise cameras in a couple neighborhoods. They're still looking for that alligator in a park in Middlesex. And the Obamas helped get the party started in Queens. We'll explain. In sports, Yanks won, Mets lost. AccuWeather, mostly cloudy, muggy, a spotty shower today, the high 76. Winds News Time 7:21, traffic and transit. Here's Karen Stewart.
And because of the water main break that Susan was talking about in Times Square, 7th Avenue is closed between 42nd and 39th Street. 40th and 41st Streets are closed between Broadway and 8th Avenue. And you should see what it's doing to mass transit. Both directions, the 1s and 3s, are suspended between Chambers Street and 96th. Both directions, the 2s, are on the 5 line from Grand Concourse to Nevin Street. You can use the 4 ACs or Ds instead. LARR's cross-honoring your Metro Omni fares between Penn Station, Grand Central, and Jamaica. The MTA expects these interruptions to be in effect through at least this morning's rush hour. Crews are working to clear water from the tracks, and then the tracks will need to be inspected and tested. That's why they say it's going to last until at least the end of morning rush hour. Keep it locked to 1010 Wins. Traffic and transit every 10 minutes on the 1s, and we will keep you updated. Eastbound Northern State Parkway at exit 30 for Ivy Willets Road. We have an accident partially blocking the exit ramp. We've got construction Staten Island bound to the Verrazano's upper and lower levels. At this hour in the morning, 1 lane is closed. Outbound Lincoln temporarily held because of a disabled vehicle. The inbound Lincoln is 25, the Holland's 25, and the inbound George has got a 20-minute delay. Keep it locked to 1010 Wins. 1010 Wins reporter Glenn Schuck on the scene of that water main break in Times Square. I'm Karen Stewart, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Cars for kids. No more stressing over your old vehicle. Donate it today and get it picked up tomorrow. It's the easiest service out there. Donate online at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
All right, let's head right back to Times Square, see what's going on with the water main mess. Glenn Schuck joining us live.
And a lot more information to pass along to our listeners here. This is a 20-inch main, Susan, that we learned that was installed here in 1896 under the ground here at 40th and 7th. It broke at 3 o'clock this morning. Still not sure why. Again, it could just have been that age again. So it sent this water pummeling into the ground. Upward and down into the 7th Avenue, 42nd Street station. The video is amazing of this water pouring in there. In fact, submerging many of the rails where it buckled here. And then downtown, in fact, we're being told at 14th Street, according to New York City Transit, the rails are still underwater as the water kind of travels south. So, again, keep in touch with Karen here. She's going to have to keep you updated in terms of a service that will be impacted for many hours still. Now, as of right now, they've isolated the break here, they tell me. Repairs are underway. It could take all day, certainly, if you see some of the photos I've been putting up on social media. The road here at 40th and 7th is completely buckled, and they're working as quickly as they can. And one of, of course, the busiest areas in the world. Now, businesses in the area, we want to mention this one last thing. Most have what's called redundant water mains, meaning they have multiple water lines. And it appears most still have at least some water, and I'll be keeping an eye on that. Glenn Schuck, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM here in Times Square.
We are hearing from the college campus security officer in Florida who confronted the gunman who later opened fire at a Dollar General store in Jacksonville.
After students at Jacksonville's Edward Waters University spotted the gunman putting on what appeared to be tactical gear in his car on the school's campus, Lieutenant Antonio Bailey approached.
And for you to have on a tactical vest, gloves and a mask, the question raised, what are you doing here?
After seeing Bailey, the university says the gunman sped off at a high speed.
I just thank God that I was there and that the students was there and was able to alert me.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis announced Monday that the state would allocate $1 million for additional security on the EWU campus. Jay O'Brien, ABC News.
Well, the local sheriff there says they think the shooter specifically targeted the store, but they've yet to say why. They have said that the attack was racially motivated. Another deadly shooting on a college campus. It prompted a lockdown at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, where a faculty member is dead and a suspect is in custody.
Officers began evacuating buildings, several groups at a time.
I heard one gunshot, and then I've been hearing like sirens and all of that.
We all very quickly, jumped up out of our seats to get against the wall so that we weren't, in plain sight.
UNC police released this photo of the suspect.
Asian male, graduate student wearing a gray shirt, armed with a 9mm.
Finally, the all clear as police made an arrest. But amid the relief, there's anger.
Something needs to be done so we can come to school safely. This is just really unacceptable to me.
That's Jeff Pegues. So far, no word on a motive. Another move to silence one of the so-called Tennessee Three. Those were the Democrats, two of whom were ousted by lawmakers there for taking part in a protest at the state capitol following a deadly school shooting in Nashville. Well, yesterday, Justin Jones was prohibited from speaking as part of a special session to take up various mental health, juvenile justice, school safety, and other proposals. That was after he criticized a bill that would have allowed more law enforcement officers in schools. Republicans claimed that he had strayed off topic. When's News Time 7:26. Now Bloomberg Money Watch, sponsored by OnDeck, America's largest online small business lender. Apply today at ondeck.com. Here's Steve Potusk.
Well, Susan, it doesn't eat, but artificial intelligence may soon help you decide what's for dinner. Uber is developing an AI chatbot that will offer recommendations to food delivery customers and help them more quickly place their orders. Now, details of the yet-to-be-announced Uber program were discovered inside of code hidden within its Eats app, shared with Bloomberg News. Now, Uber has said it was working on an AI chatbot. With a new contract in place with the Teamsters Union, UPS has come up with another way to acknowledge some employees. The company is adding personalized nameplates to trucks driven by employees who have been with UPS for 10 or more years. In addition, drivers with 25 years of safe driving will have Circle of Honor emblems added to their trucks. After a win for Wall Street yesterday and ahead of key inflation and jobs news this week, S&P futures, they're down about 2 points now. NASDAQ down 13, Dow in the red 9 points. Bloomberg Money Watch at 26 and 56 past every hour. I'm Steve Potusk for 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM.
When you own a small business in New York, sometimes you need funds fast. So go to OnDeck, America's largest online small business lender, with over $15 billion funded. OnDeck makes it easy. You can apply in minutes. And if approved, get your small business loan as soon as the same day. Go to ondeck.com. Your loan is on deck.
Depending on certain loan attributes, your business loan may be issued by OnDeck or Celtic Bank, the Utah Chartered Industrial Bank, member FDIC. Limited eligibility for same-day funding. OnDeck does not lend in every state. All loans subject to lender approval.
Now through September 6th, listen to all the magic of an Air France rendezvous. It's time to book your rendezvous with Paris, with daily flights from New York starting at $599 round trip, taxes included. And with Air France, enjoy a glass of champagne in all cabins. Elegance is a journey. Air France. Round trip purchase required. Advertised fare not available on all flights. Additional restrictions apply. See terms and conditions at airfrance.us.
One of the city's biggest indoor pickleball events is happening Saturday, September 30th. The 1010 Wins Pickleball Tournament. You could win $1,010.
I've heard a lot about pickleball, but I have no idea at this point what it is. And that reminds me of the meme. At this point, I'm afraid to ask.
Well, it depends on what you like. Okay, but which window company makes the best window? I bet you said Andersen. It's Susan Richard. Renewal by Andersen is the replacement window division of Andersen.
I actually did say Andersen.
Flash sale this month. Save $325 on every window. Save $879 on every patio door and entry door. Plus, get an extra $200 off your project. And get a free upgrade to their Smart Sun Glass. And get this, you'll pay nothing for a year. Don't miss out on these savings. For an appointment during Renewal by Andersen's flash sale, call before August 31st. 1-800-705-7100. 1-800-705-7100. That's 1-800-705-7100.
Offer not available in all areas. Restrictions and conditions apply. Call for license information. Sponsored by Renewal by Anderson. At Staples, school savings are always in session. From art supplies and essentials to the latest tech. In stock and priced low. School on, save on at your local Staples store.
All right, we are looking at some rain today, mostly cloudy and muggy. Showers later today starting near the coast, then spreading inland by this evening. We'll get up around 76 degrees. A steadier rain tonight. We'll get the whole spiel from AccuWeather in just 2 minutes. It is 69, partly cloudy now. This is 1010 Winds, New York's one and only all news station. I'm Susan Richard. Winds News Time, 7:30.
Good morning, I'm Bud Mishkin.
Within the sound of silence.
Song written by a New Yorker, Paul Simon, sung by New Yorkers, Paul Simon and Art Garfunkel, but a sound we don't associate with New York, the sound of silence. Now, a noise pollution program that's being expanded to the Upper West Side, Bay Ridge, and other neighborhoods across the 5 boroughs.
It's like a lullaby for us. It doesn't really bother us.
For Bryant and his friends, this helps them go to sleep.
People live here.
It's constant and really damaging.
After thousands of 311 noise complaints, the Upper West Side will be getting 2 noise cameras that
Steve's Burgers there on the left. Gotta try that one day.
capture which car noise is coming from.
People expect noise, but when you're needlessly honking, needlessly changing your muffler to be noisy, you have to follow the law.
Councilwoman Gail Brewer, first noise violation out of a car going over the city's legal limit of 85 decibels, $800. Then $1,700. After that, $2,500. Christy Kalishian, 1010 Winds on 92.3 FM on the Upper West Side.
Winds News Time, 7:31. That's time for traffic and transit with Karen Stewart.
As you've been hearing about here on 1010 Winds, a Times Square water main break. Yep, 7th Avenue is closed between 42nd and 39th Street. 40th and 41st Streets are closed between Broadway and 8th Avenues. And with mass transit, it's doing a real doozy here. Both directions, the 1s and 3s, are suspended between Chambers and 96th. Both directions, the 2s are on the 5 line from Grand Concourse to Nevin Street. You can use the 4 ACDs instead. They expect this to last throughout this morning's rush hour. LIRR's cross-honoring your Metro and Omni fares. Plus, the LIRR, we have 20-minute delays in the Babylon branch and delays in general Penn Station.
All right, 92.3 FM is messing up a little bit. Well, that's weird. All right, well, I guess that's our cue to end the video here. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me on my commute to work here on this special Looking Back edition. Remember to subscribe, like, and share. You never know when I'm going to be in your neighborhood and featuring your neighborhood here in this Driving in the News format, and also in my other playlists, Fred Drives. And if you're from Patterson, New Jersey, you're familiar with my Pride in Patterson playlist. Let me just make sure these cars come across. You can barely see them because of the cars that are blocking my view at the intersection. All right, so like I was saying, you never know when your neighborhood is going to be featured on this Driving in the News format and also on the Fred Drives playlist. All right, guys, we'll see you on the next video.